Manchester United fought for an Anfield draw and the United Twins need to speak about it.
Hey, ready up.
Good or bad, it's a must. Preparations keep pre-match leave a fuss. When the whistle blows, stipulations in the field like a wrestling match. Target, lock them up. Progress on the opposite, believe in divine time. 3H is my time. Load them up with a pinpoint aim. Just 2-man step for boots in the field, it's prime time. We are fit anyway, especially ballers. Touch every 4-4 corners. Open clear set piece with delivering trauma. It's like a TV drama, cover every genre. I rush short for the next team. You say they're hot on Marga, left and right. 2 C's up top for the win. Us twins leave dust on the CB's armor.
Blessings to everybody inside, including yourself, Cappy. Liverpool 2, Manchester United 2. Ultimately, the result ended up in a much favourable manner than many would have envisioned initially. There were some rough spots from time to time, and we'll get into it, but just beforehand, please hit that like button, share and subscribe to continue the growth of this channel. Play your part. This was always going to be a game where we needed to be highly concentrated in all areas. I don't think that was achieved in certain stages of the game, and I'll tell you why. In the first half, when Liverpool were on the ascendancy, they were able to take advantage of our cheap giveaways in possession, played into central areas with relative ease, and those very moves kick-started sequences that could have led to catastrophic conclusions if we didn't remain sharp enough defensively, or even if execution on the Scousers' end was up to standard. They were far from their best, and I think that slightly reflected in the game we were able to play. In comparison to the first half, everything exploded after that 15-minute break. 4 goals scored. United were able to break that unwanted record of not scoring a league goal at Anfield since Jesse Lingard in 2018. 3 managers later, and it was a fighting performance like you said, bro. The best way I can describe it, in fact, there was an element of sharpness, engagement and poise to our game today that has been lacking given this recent run of form. Ultimately, those intangibles led to us taking the lead through Lisandro Martinez, who initially won the ball back and ended the move with a strike rifled past Addison. A kick that would make a volcano erupt, much like the travelling fans at Anfield. Soon after, our opponents did respond through the man-informed Cody Gakpo in a moment where perhaps Mazraoui and Ugarte were caught out, and Alexis McAllister took advantage by finding a Dutchman through that gap. He cut onto the right peg, and it was an exceptional finish to follow. These are the crucial moments of a game where you need leaders to step up and everybody to step up for each other, because now you're well and truly in the thick of it. That's United I'm speaking about as well. Because quick goal to reinvigorate the crowd at Anfield. Liverpool are perked up to the max, pushing and probing, hunting down that second goal, and at that stage of proceedings, it felt like the only way was down. Yeah, and based upon Mo Salah dispatching a penalty to give his side their first lead of the game, it may well have ended out that way. Was it a questionable decision? You could argue that because of how close the lip was to McAllister when the ball was headed onto his hand, but the arm was raised in an unnatural position, and that was that. Andre Onana came oh so close to keeping Salah's strike out. 2 hands on the prize, I believe, but not strong enough to deny this season's top goal scorer in the league after 20 game weeks, or in the case of Liverpool, 19. Now, attacking the left-hand side, where Trent occupied one of the fullback slots, was a large focus in our build-up and attacking moves. Ahmad's, and I'd even say at that point, Ahmad's unexpected and unlikely equaliser to round off the scoreline stemmed once again from us operating down that side. Garnacho this time driving his low cross towards the Ivorian, who calmly side-footed the ball in, only needing to use the momentum of the cross with his intended accuracy. And again, it was a euphoric moment. Cappy mentioned in the vibe check what gave him belief against City, and today it was the total opposite, but a similar outcome nonetheless in terms of ups and downs and drama until the very end. An end which would have rocked the foundations of Anfield if Harry Maguire, of all people, rippled the net in what would have been another walk-off dagger against rival Ops. How crazy would that have been? I mean, I was literally on my knees, hands on head, why after that final chance, Pep style even. And in terms of the performance, interestingly, Bruno Fernandes post-match asked the question I feel we all do on a week-to-week basis. Why can't we do this every week when it comes to our performance? It's all good to step up against big-time teams, but what we have all been calling out for is consistency across the board. And what this tells us is that we are a long distance away from that. Weeks and weeks of inconsistent performances and results. Ultimately, everyone must take the blame and hold themselves accountable, as he alluded to. Now also, I think this, to be clear, is not a fixture where we say this is the changing point of the season, because what we've seen is that things can't transform that quickly. There will be an expectation, however, to now work on improving those levels of application so that come Arsenal and the other games ahead, we see gradual improvements, and those things will start with a positive and hungry mentality throughout the squad. Nothing will change unless we see those winning intangibles on a regular basis. A new year, happy new year, by the way. Hope everyone enjoyed their entrance into 2025. A whole week on the way until Arsenal in the FA Cup next Sunday. A premier matchup for sure in the third round of this historic competition. It will be the 17th matchup between both sides in the FA Cup, and goals are usually involved. Only 2 of those previous meetings have ended goalless. We'll come correct with a vibe check, so watch out for that, 22s. Have your say for now on United's performance against Liverpool. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, share to your friends and frenemies. And until the next time, we'll see you lots in a bit.
School wars with a rope get tugging. Protect your luggage. Away days get wild when you can't just dance that storage. Heathrow airport code. Jaws get stiff under pressure if it's still that gummy.